Today, for the first time in almost 100 years, a total solar eclipse crossed the entire United States from the west coast to the east. This is video as it passed over the Manan Buttes. Just take a second to watch that. During the 1979 total solar eclipse, Idaho Falls only saw a partial eclipse, while northern Idaho got the total eclipse. But this time was our turn, and that's what it looked like from the Buttes. You know, one of the biggest concerns with this eclipse was traffic, with officials telling us to be prepared for the worst. While it was not bad during the weekend, it was a very different story once the eclipse was over. In fact, this is the view tonight from our Farm Bureau camera in Pocatello. That is traffic heading south. Just a couple of cars heading north, which is typical for this time of night, but that is the situation right now. All those cars heading south towards Utah. Now, and take a look at this video of Interstate 15 from around 5 o'clock this evening. You can see it was backed up, then moving very slowly between Idaho Falls and Blackfoot. Some places were at a standstill. It took one member of our crew 4 hours just to get from Idaho Falls to Pocatello. Things were also backed up on Highway 20 today outside of Rexburg. Well, let's take a look at our weather now. A concern was if the weather would be good, but we turned out having a great day for the eclipse, didn't we, Michael?
Oh, weather department, we were so relieved.
Yes, I'll bet.
The last couple of days have been very scary looking at some of those computer models and seeing this band of cloud cover. We did have some clouds in the southern and southeastern highlands, but mostly just some high-level cloud cover and not a huge deterrent to watch the eclipse. But I want to show you another picture, Jay. We're talking about traffic. I mean, it's very quiet out there weather-wise tonight. This is the Fort Hall cam just north of the main Fort Hall exit where the casino is, and this is where the backup is starting. You just showed that sky cam there at the top of the Farm Bureau building. So this is where it really starts now, and it looks like it's going from Fort Hall all the way to Pocatello and beyond. And one of the reporters going back to Salt Lake says it's taken them 7 hours to get home. It took one of the crews that left the Museum of Idaho 3 hours right after the eclipse to get from Idaho Falls to the Rose exit, just to give you some perspective how long those folks have been stuck in traffic. Temperature-wise, well, the weather's been nice, so at least they can roll down the windows, let some fresh air in, right? 62 right now in Pocatello, 63 in Rexburg. We're into the upper 50s right now in Island Park, upper 70s for Boise. Average low falling back into the upper 40s. When I come back, we're talking about thunderstorms and dropping temperatures in your 8-day. Jay.
All right, thank you, Michael. People from all over the world were in eastern Idaho today to view the eclipse, and many of them chose the BYU Idaho campus to view the event. I was there to witness it with them. Danish is just one of the many languages you could hear on the BYU Idaho campus today for the eclipse.
It's amazing, so you really feel impressed by it.
People from many countries and of all ages were there. Are you excited about the eclipse?
Yeah.
Over a year ago, the Danish Astronomical Society reached out to BYU Idaho asking to watch from the campus. After that, group after group made the same request until the university had reservations from 6,000 people.
Everyone's been able to get a spot where they reserved a spot. Everyone's been able to park where they needed to park to get to where they wanted to view the eclipse. Everything's gone really smoothly.
There was excitement in the air as viewers put on their glasses and saw the moon slowly crossing the sun. And then, totality.
Those mesas off in the distance just go dark, and then the sky started changing like a sunset, and I'd never seen that before.
For a little over 2 minutes, the sky was mostly dark, and people safely removed their glasses to see the sun's corona shining around the moon. Venus was visible, and the horizon had an orange glow like a sunset. And people, visibly moved, couldn't find words to describe the experience.
Yeah, it's amazing. I want to cry for it.
I feel small. Because it is big, it's the space, it's big, I'm nothing.
Then the sun flared out again from behind the moon and the skies became light. Our Danish visitors were awestruck.
I think it was extremely spectacular.
Amateur astronomers from Aerospace Corp in California were impressed too.
Awe-inspiring type of thing, awesome event.
Several of the visitors who've seen eclipses before said once you've seen one, there's a yearning to have that magical experience again. And for some, they use this historic eclipse as a day of learning. Both the Idaho National Lab and NASA were at Melaleuca Field to get kids excited about STEM careers with interactive booths.
Able to talk about the moon and talk to people of all ages and get them interested is really kind of unique. It doesn't happen that often. We're really happy to be out here and have the opportunity to do it.
Engaging students early so that they're not afraid of math, so they have the love of science and they know how to use the technology and understand engineering is really important. And not only that, it's not just for those students that are going to go into the STEM fields, those STEM fields that pay well, but STEM is all around us.
One of the hottest spots to see the eclipse was the top of the Manan Buttes. Once we arrived there this morning, we finally found people. People from out of state, people from out of the country, and Mother Nature did not disappoint. The owner of the South Butte, Randy South, he and his neighbor Brent Gunderson formed Crater Adventures to sell camping and RV spots and even parking spots at the crater itself. He says even with all the work it took, he would do it again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We didn't really do it for the money. We did it for the fun and for the experience of our family, and it was fun to see all the people. Everybody was so respectful and friendly, and we had people here from 17 different foreign countries and a lot of the states, of course, and they were just friendly. It was fun to walk up and down the trails and listen to all the different languages. And
I did some of that myself. Italy, Australia was here, London was here, all of that. So it was worth it. What a show. It's hard to describe it.
Oh yeah, and the eclipse was just awesome.
Yeah.
It was the temperature change and the color change. It was really cool.
The staff of Crater Adventure says there were more than 34 states represented, with those 17 countries as well, and that was as of Friday on the reservation list. Today, Du Bois used the solar eclipse to officially relaunch a historic airline beacon. This is video of the installation we shot in 2015, which includes a giant concrete arrow and 50-foot tower with an electrical shed. In the early days of flight, the beacon was used to keep pilots going in the right direction as part of the transcontinental airway system. Du Bois is one of the few places that has one of these installations. Over the past year, Greg Kobia of Blackfoot has worked to restore the installation, and it was turned back on today. And now to some other news from around the area. One local